in again to show you how to set up, schedule, and go live on Facebook. This will also work for you guys who would rather pre-record and then post that and do like a watch party or a Facebook or YouTube premiere. The steps are identical. The only difference is instead of streaming up to Facebook or to YouTube, you're just going to record to your computer and work on that. So let's go ahead and start off with the setup. So for the setup, you can see over here, I have all of my sound. You connect your sound in Ecamm right here on the microphone. So I have from my soundboard a USB output that comes into my computer, and Ecamm automatically pops it up right here. Now, if you did not have a USB out on your soundboard, you can use a 1/4 inch jack or an XLR conversion to an 1/8 inch jack, or you can even step down from XLR to 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch. Plug that into your computer and you can use that as an audio output as well. We just set up all of our sound like we normally would on a Sunday morning. So anyone who's going to be talking has their own microphone. I wear my little Countryman right here and do everything from it. And it works really just like a regular Sunday would, which is kind of why I like it, because it's everything else is different that we're doing, and that's kind of the same and kind of normal. So connecting your audio is that easy. You just get the mix out of your soundboard coming out the way that you would like it, and then all you do is go mic, choose the microphone that you would like to use. This is from my soundboard. Click that, and you are good to go on the audio for the setup. So that's how you would set up the audio. And then next is how you set up the video. And so I have all of my cameras right here. I do not have my DSLR connected in there, but it would show up as well. So all of my cameras are there, and then you will notice, and they automatically pop up. So I didn't have to do anything to do this. There's a camera plugged into my computer, and it automatically pops up in there. I will walk you through how to get ProPresenter to show up as a camera in just a little bit when we talk about lyrics. But cameras are right there, and it automatically shows up. Those cameras then show up right here. I am trying something new. It doesn't work very well with a screen capture like I'm doing with QuickTime. But here you can see my phone, and so this is my phone camera that's taking it, and I can choose that camera and use it right here. I can choose my FaceTime camera right here and use that as well. And so I just choose the camera that I want to be shooting from, and then I am ready to go on the camera as well. I can use this little guy right here to set up my scenes. So a scene is like a preset for what you're going to be doing. So let's say I wanted to set up a scene where I would be mirroring my second desktop. And so here's how I would do that. I would come here and then click a new scene. All right, I've got that scene. We'll call this desktop. And then I will just choose that scene, and then I'm just going to build it out. So I want this scene to be to mirror my desktop. So there it goes. I'm sorry, I'm going to put that here. It apparently doesn't work up there. So I want it to mirror my desktop. I would like my face while I'm mirroring my desktop to be up. I'm not using that microphone to record here. Then I've got, and then I can go straight to my desktop scene by going there. So I've got my scenes already set up. I don't use the functionality of scenes when I'm doing it. I set all of my audio to be the way it's going to be, and then I work my scenes and what's showing up on the screen through ProPresenter, and that's how I end up showing lyrics on that. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into ProPresenter and show you how I have that set up. So blocked out and have a blank set that up. So you go to ProPresenter, and then you go into Preferences. Didn't pop up very quickly. And then you go here to your display, And then down here, do you see where it says Enable Siphon? I'm going to check that box. I'm going to check Enable Siphon. Checking that on a normal Sunday is going to be I'll show you how I set up those lyrics. First of all is you need to make sure that you choose a template that has a transparent background. So I'm using this blue style. My ProPresenter already came with this. I modified it a little bit for our use. So I go to blue style, I choose this lower third lyric. You'll go to this lock here and then bottom, and I wanted to maximize screen. Everything that I would do on a Sunday morning here in ProPresenter. So when I need a blank slide, I throw so that when my daughter was running ProPresenter for us, the blank slide was there, and then right when we went into our next song, she was able to just click a button on a keyboard and make that work for us. So it just kind of goes through, and those are the lyrics and how you set that up. So there's the setup for audio, video, and lyrics. Next I'm going to show you it within Ecamm. How you haven't used anything, you haven't done anything. You will go here. So here's the destination where it's going to go, and you choose Facebook. Where it says live, go live right here. When you choose that, it will actually say connect to Facebook or something like that. All you do is click that button, and then it automatically goes to Facebook and logs you in. You don't have to do anything with your stream key. You don't have to work through any of the dashboard in that. You just immediately go here and it logs you in. The same is true for YouTube and for Periscope. I have not used Twitch, and it's also true of Restream. You just log in straight here through Ecamm. It makes it very easy to do that. So first thing you do is log into Facebook, and then you go over here to where it says better for you to choose to go live through a scheduled broadcast. That will allow you to put it up early throughout the week, to send traffic to it, to make sure all of your church knows where to go, how to be able to get there, and how to work through it. To me, it's the best platform for being able to do that. I immediately, when I schedule a post, I get embed code so that I can throw that on my website so that people who do not have a Facebook don't have to log in. They don't have to ignore the Facebook stuff. They just go to my website, and immediately right on that screen where I have embedded it into my website, they can see and see the video there. So when I'm going to schedule one, I don't need to go to Facebook. I just go right here, and I go to New Scheduled Live. And then I type in my post name for this. So we would call this Monday Night Talk. My wife and I are getting on every Monday, Tuesday night to be able to just kind of talk through some issues that are facing our church right now. And so we would do this next week. I've already got the one for this week scheduled. I would then go to next Monday, which I do not know where that is, and I don't want to pull up my calendar, so I'm just going to pick a date. Maybe it's the 30th, maybe. And then I'm going to choose 7 o'clock when we want to go live. And then I'll give a description. In these descriptions, Facebook loves emojis and stuff like that, so be creative as you type it out. But just go ahead and type in Priscilla and Josh will talk about all things. All right, that's very general. I don't know what we're doing for then yet. And then you will choose a thumbnail. This is really easy. All you do is grab a picture off of your computer and just drag it into there. Here's one that I designed for our church for our Sunday services. And then when I want to do this, all I do now is I click schedule, and then it immediately goes, sends that stuff to Facebook, and it's done. So all of that is done. I'm not going to schedule this right now because it's go live on Facebook. So when we go live, I like to go live 20 minutes before before the event is going to start. So we start our service at 10:30. I'm actually going to start our service and get everything going and live if I need to. but it also allows me to begin to pastor our people. People are going to be coming into our normal church service. They're going to be coming in, 20 minutes earlier if they're on your team, or 10 minutes early if they're just trying to find a place to sit. And your greeters are going to engage people. You're going to talk to people. You're going to have people getting coffee. And so I try and use that 20 minutes before to engage people through the comments, to be able to talk to people, let people know that we're praying for them, and encourage them to engage with the Facebook Live as we are doing the service. This is not intuitive for people. They're not used to living and working this way, and so we kind of have to instruct them and teach them on how to do this. And so taking that 20 minutes to just say, hey guys, how you doing this week? Man, it's so good to be able to see you through the camera. Let me know how you're doing. What's going on in your lives right now? Um, how can we be praying for you right now? What are some exciting things that happened? All the way down to, how do you like to drink your coffee? Frankly, there are people who are better at engaging people in conversation. That's frankly a hard part for me anyways. So for me, those 20 minutes are a little bit awkward. Some of you, that'll be real natural. Some of you, it won't be as much. If you're using Restream, Facebook, YouTube, however many places you are sending it to, it'll show up right here, and you can respond to it right here. When people click those little hearts and thumbs and emojis, they actually float up across your screen. It makes me feel really good. I'm like, man, my people are out there. This is so exciting. And I get teary because that's just the way I am. But it's super exciting to be able to see that stuff and be able to begin to engage with people. I will often read their comments when they come up, if they're appropriate to be able to read. And then I can actually, within Dashboard, I can click on one of their comments and show it. So I click that. Got a woman in our church that had a positive diagnosis for COVID-19. She was in our service on Sunday, and so we had some of the people just write out little prayers in the comments for her, letting her know that we're praying for her and that we love her. I know it's not the same as meeting inside of a church building, but we want to help people bridge that gap and help people not feel isolated in that. When you are done with going live, so your whole service is done, you're over, I want to encourage you to let your Facebook Live go a little bit until people are kind of beginning to sign out and navigate somewhere on their own. Facebook decides when you stop going live. It decides what people want to see next. And that content isn't always great. So sometimes you'll have content that goes up on Facebook or on people's homes that you would rather be in control of. So I take about a few minutes. It may even take then I will click, which this right here will say finish. And so it will click you what those functions look like. Gigs per second upload speed. So that's not your download speed, that's your upload speed to be able to do 1080p. And I also would rather it just be good on that. Let me tell you one more thing. I should have covered this when I covered audio, but I've a bit of latency in that. And if I choose a 2-frame delay, then my lips and my strumming and those things are closer. It's still not perfect because there is some latency. It's a slow camera in that regard, but you can see they use that delay, and then it's helpful to you guys. If you need some help and you can't figure something out, go ahead and reach out to me, and I would love to be able to give you some pointers and help if that's helpful to you. I am going to go ahead and sign out here.